pretty sweet today. Just keeping score, changing the periods. It should be easy to handle. Reintroducing yourself to Mr. Hine.
He's like, what are you doing here? Don't worry about it.
I was hoping he wasn't kicking you out or something.
I wouldn't let him do that to me again.
Again? Oh boy.
So, my senior year, or like all throughout high school, we always had at lunch, like carrots.
Yeah.
They were always sitting in carrot water at the lunch, at the lunch line. They're absolutely disgusting because they're in carrot water.
Just sitting there for days.
Right.
Yeah.
But they were real slippery. And
Okay.
you could put it in between your fingers like this and just shoot them.
Shoot it, yeah.
Well, one day I hit him in the back of the head and
You hit him in the back of the head?
yeah.
Oh man.
I don't remember if it was when he was a gym teacher or like an assistant principal, but either way, it just was not.
I'm sure that's not a good outcome for some of you.
Never good for a guy.
Man, I should have brought my binoculars if I would have known this one. Well, I did say we were sitting on the floor, so I guess this really is fine.
So we throw a lot of things in. Like some kids would throw foam like that. It's just like yuck them up in the air and then act like nothing happened. Just watch the kid get hit in the back of the head.
So we had just moved to Indiana my 8th grade year, and it was in the lunchroom. I had only been to that school for a couple weeks. I don't know what I was thinking. Still to this day, I have no idea what in the world I was even thinking. But ketchup packet, at lunch, fell on the floor off of my tray. And I guess I thought maybe I was going to try to impress some new friends or something. But I'm like, hey, check this out. And I stomped on it. I don't know what I thought was going to happen. What could have been any good outcome of that, I don't know. And somehow, because I saw it shoot, it must have just came through like a little tip of the corner. It shot like a straight line of ketchup. It was a pretty cool sight to see. And it hit the big badass kid in school. Oh man, he wanted to pound me so bad. We squared after. I don't know when it was. It might have even been the next day. I don't know. We squared up in the hallway. Nobody threw any punches, but he didn't like me. Like, what the hell was I thinking? What was going to happen? I mean, even if it's just splatters everywhere, it would have probably got on my clothes. Who the hell wanted that? But yeah, it hit him square in the chest. Ketchup splattering everywhere.
The chances of that.
Well, what was I even thinking about? What in the world? But I guess at the end of it, then I did impress some people because apparently nobody ever stood up to that guy. So, I didn't want to get my face smashed in. And I was never a small kid. I'm not a fighter by nature, but I'll go if you want to go. I'm not going to start the fight though. But if you feel you want to fight, I guess. If that's what it's got to be, I'll do it. I only got a couple fights in my life. One was my senior year here, and sitting at the shop teacher back then. But anyway, sitting in shop class, and it was kind of a fun prank back then. You'd walk behind somebody and flick it away. Everybody did it to everybody, but whatever that day, I tragically that day. Yeah, I just wasn't in a good mood or something. I don't know. The guy did that. I stood up. I flew up out of the chair. I picked him up, slammed him on the floor. We got hauled down, to the principal's office. We're both pretty heated up. Yeah, no punches were thrown, but I did pick the guy up and body slam him. So we're sitting in the office, and we're 3 chairs apart, waiting for the principal to come out and talk to us. And before we go in, Brad was the kid that I threw down. He's like, hey, go in there, let's just say we were just monkeying around. He's like, I've already done go in there, and principal says, "What happened?" And we're both like, "No, it was nothing. We were just monkeying around." Principal says, "Oh shit! I saw you guys sitting out there. You guys were pissed off. Tell me what happened." I'm like, "Okay." So I got a 1-day suspension. I don't know what happened there, but probably the same thing. Any fighting was probably like an automatic 1 day.
Like
Yeah.
now it's like simple. But yeah, did you see that a plane hit land on the highway the other night
Really? No, I didn't see
in
that.
Minnesota?
Really?
Not like a
A small
commercial
one?
plane, but like
Better, I think. Holy shit. That's crazy. Huh. I didn't see that. Looked like it didn't have any wheels to it, though.
yeah, no, it's just skipping. Imagine how scary that would be. You just gotta. We're landing. I don't know where, but we're landing.
Yeah, no thanks. Alright, we'll do a little sound test here. Marshfield, Wisconsin Rapids. Wisconsin Rapids, Marshfield. Marshfield, Wisconsin Rapids. Wisconsin Rapids, Marshfield. Like a thing of beauty. There's very little time to run commercials, if at all. So we've done Wrestling to Poultry, then we can run commercial. Those things wrestling's kind of when you're announcing it. It's kind of like announcing during like a golf backswing or during a basketball free throw. Like you don't want to talk. And with there's so few people here, like I don't want to have the wrestlers cheer by play-by-play because I think that would throw me off. You don't want to be too
Oh,
close sometimes.
yeah,
You know?
right.
So you don't want to announce, how the tee box or someone's backswing. It's very rude. There's one radio guy around here that talks. He was always loud to begin with, and he was always talking while somebody's shooting free throws. I'm like, dude, shut up. You're shooting free throws. God, who's awake this morning? Birdie awake. Usually wrestling does get a pretty good crowd, but 10 a.m. It's kind of early. So on the bottom of the scoreboard, where it's got players 000, they'll put in the weight that they're wrestling at instead, right? And then to the left of that would be the Marshfield score for just that match, and the right would be the Marshfield or the Rapids for just that match. And then the top where it says home guest 000, then that's the meet score. Yeah. So just make sure your score matches up with top.
So we're only doing the match score?
On there, yeah. I'll just copy the meet score here in a minute.
What does it go to? Does it go like a score limit? Or
Yeah. Was it 15-0? Something like that. Like for the individual match. Or it can't be that high because then you would have a 10 fall to that. 9-0 maybe? Something like that.
like the playoffs or like if the season ended right now, I wouldn't like how they had because the Packers had the 2 seed,
Yeah.
and then Arizona would play in Lambeau, which I mean it's nice that it's in Lambeau, but I'm kind of scared of Arizona.
Yeah, Murray's a tough one to handle.
Play the Eagles this week,
Should be pretty simple.
and then the Lions and Panthers, Titans, Bears.
Yeah, pretty easy after that. Well, Titans maybe a little bit of a challenge.
I think I'll be happy if we go 12-4, but I won't be surprised if we win out and go 13-5.
All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Bose & Company Fieldhouse in Marshfield, Wisconsin. It is Wisconsin Valley Conference wrestling action here today. It is a season opener, and we are here for all the action. Jason Zaleski alongside Brandon Berg will take you step by step, point by point, pin by pin for today's wrestling action as we see the Marshfield wrestlers out on the mat and getting their pregame warm-ups finalized. And the Rapids wrestlers were out there just a minute ago. They'll be on the mat shortly. As I'm pulling up Wisconsin Valley Conference information, you go to valleystats.org, by the way, and check out all the schedules. But today, a full host of wrestling action around the Valley Conference. DC Everest is at Wausau East. Merrill is at Wausau West, and right here it is Wisconsin Rapids, Lincoln at Marshfield. All matches at 10 a.m. here during the season. They will wrestle today, next week Saturday, that's the 12th, Saturday the 19th, and then Tuesday the 29th. We'll finish up the conference, I apologize. We'll finish up the conference wrestling season for the year, and then, not for the season though, but a lot of Saturday wrestling here from now, again, until Christmas. So today, December 12th, a week from today, December 19th, 2 weeks from today. All 10 a.m. starts around the Wisconsin Valley Conference. We'll be back live for wrestling on the 19th right here in Marshfield as DC Everest takes on Marshfield on the 19th. And we'll talk about next week's upcoming schedule during the match today. Zaleski Sports is the official broadcast partner of Marshfield Senior High School Athletics. Watch all Marshfield Tiger events live at ZaleskiSports.com. This is one of three Marshfield broadcasts today. We'll be back to the Bose & Company Fieldhouse for the start of JV girls basketball at 3:30 with varsity to follow. JV starts at 3:30, varsity expected to start at around 5 p.m. We'll be live for both of those. And then it's hockey from the Marshfield Fairgrounds as Marshfield takes on Northland Pines. It'll be Marshfield's first hockey game of the year. I think Pines has got 2 or 3 games under their belt already. And that puck will drop at 6 p.m. And Mike Wendlandt will be on the call for that one again, 6 p.m. So here, wrestling at 10, basketball at 3:30, hockey at 6. And Zaleski Sports is the official broadcast partner of Marshfield Senior High School Athletics. We're just about set for wrestling action. We see some of the Rapids, it looks like maybe some of the JV wrestlers have filled some of the seats off to our right. And the varsity Rapids wrestlers have not appeared yet, but they will no doubt be along shortly. Bergie, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll hear from Mid-State Technical College and be back to the Bose & Company Fieldhouse for the start of wrestling right after this.
Experience choice risk-free at Mid-State Technical College. Your choice to learn with small in-person classes, online classes, innovative technology class options, or your choice of any combination to fit your needs. You can get your liberal arts degree and transfer as a junior to all UW colleges or in-demand employable skills. Start now to experience choice risk-free at Mid-State Technical College. Find out what risk-free means at mstc.edu.
Customers' lives are busy, so when it comes to finding time to bring your mower or snowblower in for a seasonal tune-up, just don't. PowerPack has you covered with our mobile service trailer. Here's how it works. We'll bring the shop to you and perform a tune-up right in your driveway. Just leave your equipment out and we'll do the rest. You don't even have to be home. And the best part, it doesn't cost you any more. PowerPack mobile service costs the same as a tune-up in our shop. Still looking for a downside? We are too. Visit powerpackequipment.com/mobile service for more information.
At V&H Automotive, you'll get the best price and best selection on all Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Ram, Dodge, and Jeep models guaranteed. At V&H, our friendly staff is always ready, here to serve you. No pressure, no gimmicks, just great deals, great service, and the best vehicles in central Wisconsin. Come see why our customers rate us #1.
V&H Automotive, a short drive from anywhere, or visit us at vhautos.com.
All right, back here to the Bose & Company Fieldhouse. The mat is empty for now, but players, or I should say wrestlers, are standing for the national anthem And we will pause for today's national anthem. All right, again, Jason Zaleski here alongside Brandon Berg as we get ready for Wisconsin Valley Conference Wrestling here today. We'll have our starting lineups along here shortly as we wait for our mat side announcer to give us today's starting lineups. There we go. So we start at 113. So at 120 pounds for Wisconsin Rapids is Preston Spray. And he will win on forfeit. And at 126, it'll be a forfeit on for the Marshfield side. Josh Black at 132 for Wisconsin Rapids. And Alex Westland will wrestle at 132 for Marshfield. Lucas Erickson will wrestle at 138 pounds for Wisconsin Rapids. And Hoyt Blaskowski will wrestle at 138 for Marshfield. Ryan Searing will wrestle at 145. And Marshfield's still deciding who they're going to put out at 145. Brett Bach will wrestle at 152 for Wisconsin Rapids. And Vaughn Kolbeck will wrestle for Marshfield at 152. Damian Bennett will wrestle at 160 pounds. And Ryan Dozal will wrestle at 160 for Marshfield. Ashton Fisher will wrestle at 170. And we'll find Marshfield's wrestler when they announce at 160. And Cody Wykes at 195 for Marshfield will receive a forfeit. Benton Roosh will wrestle at 220 for Wisconsin Rapids and receive a forfeit. James Clements will wrestle for Marshfield at 285. I apologize, I missed the Wisconsin Rapids wrestler there. Matt Searing will wrestle at 106 for Rapids. Jace Kelnhofer will meet him at the 106 mark. And that's everybody right there. So again, have to catch up on a couple of those when they get announced here for their individual matches. But we are just moments away from starting here. We begin at 113. And I believe that was a forfeit. But again, things, regardless of the starting lineup, things can and do change during the meet. We wait for our first wrestlers to be announced here at 1:13. Looks like we got our Marshfield competitor now. Tell you about some of the rules changes for this year when they hit the mat. So Taylor Landon, my apologies, will win by forfeit for Marshfield, and they put 6 on the meet scoreboard for the Tigers. So you saw one of the rules changes there. The official does not touch the wrestler and hold his arm up. So Ben Trickle for Wisconsin Rapids at 120. Marshfield not sending out a wrestler, so Trickle wins by forfeit. So first 2 weight classes, and we haven't had a match yet. It looks like we'll get one, though, at 126. All right, so we've got Preston Spray for Wisconsin Rapids, Jesse Cliver for Marshfield. They both wrestle at 126. And Wisconsin Rapids will get the score there first, so 2-1. And again, we apologize. We're a long ways up here in the press box, doing the best I can to tell you what's going on. 4 now, as 2 were held up for Spray. So Spray 4-2 over Cliver, just 40 seconds into our first match of the day. And Spray brings Cliver down to the mat. 2 more points for Spray. And the escape for Cliver. And another 2 points for Spray. Spray racking up points here in this first period. We're halfway through it, and they'll give the escape again to Cliver. 8-4 Spray. Wisconsin Rapids, Preston Spray leading Jesse Cliver of Marshfield. Again, we wrestle here at 126 pounds. 2 more fingers held up for Spray. Sat in on the meeting pre-match here today, or pre-meet. And one of the interesting points that were made was, so the masks are worn during the wrestling, and they are treating the masks like headgear. If the headgear slips one way or the other, we've been continuing to wrestle. And such will be the case if the mask slips off. And it looks like we will run out of time here in the first period. Spray 10-4 over Jesse Cliver. So headgear and masks are treated the same. So if that mask falls off, moves, or it gets dislodged or off of its normal place, the wrestling continues. That's how it will be officiated here, same as the headgear. So in years past, if that headgear slips, sometimes it would fall and kind of wrap around sometimes and go over an eye. Now, if the wrestler can get up and move it around, that's fine. But oftentimes they would wrestle with that headgear out of place. So the same will happen with the masks here in the meet today. 16-4 Spray. Well ahead of Cliver. Spray, a junior for Wisconsin Rapids. Cliver, a freshman. So Cliver seeing his first varsity action here of his high school career as a freshman. And Preston Spray showing what the experience of a junior can get you, and it gets you an 18-5 lead here in period number 2. Cliver in a tough spot. Spray pulls him off the mat. So Spray in full control here of the match, 18-5. As we wrestle under a minute left here in the period. And that'll do it. 107 in the second. So a total time of 3:07, and a Spray with the pin of Cliver at 126. So Wisconsin Rapids takes a meet lead of 12-6. And we go now to 132 pounds. And we know we've got Josh Black for Wisconsin Rapids. And Alex Westland for Marshfield. So Westland and Black. Black in the red, Westland in the white. Josh Black, a junior for Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln. Alex Westland, a sophomore. And 2 points right away for Black as he takes advantage of an early shot. Again, Wisconsin Rapids, for a large portion of my life, had run the Wisconsin Valley Conference. But Marshfield, with wrestlers like Sam Mitchell, Bentley Schwanebeck, and others, had taken over Wisconsin Rapids from a couple of years ago, and Rapids climbed back in and took the Valley Conference Championship last year, and off to a good start here through a couple weight classes here today. And Black trying to work Westland right now. He's got 30 seconds left in the period to get a couple points, maybe more. And more, nice work there by Westland to roll out of that. But Westland in some trouble, and that'll be it. 1 minute, 10 seconds. Another pin for Wisconsin Rapids. This one, Josh Black. So back-to-back pins after back-to-back alternating forfeits, and it's 18-6 Wisconsin Rapids. So 138 pounds up next. So Lucas Erickson will come out at 138 for Lincoln. And Hoyt Blaskowski will come in at the 138 level. So Blaskowski, a sophomore. Erickson for Wisconsin Rapids, a senior. We'll see what Erickson and the 2-year advantage over Blaskowski, what they find out here in this matchup at 138 pounds. As the two stand. And now they do hit the mat, and it'll be 2 points for Blaskowski. Is Blaskowski able to out-leverage Erickson? And Erickson in a little bit of trouble here. As the Marshfield bench telling Blaskowski, take your time, but time may be just about run out here for Erickson. Well, he was able to roll off of his back, but Blaskowski still in good position here. As Erickson going to get the escape. Nope, 3 points, though, for Blaskowski, so 5-0. And no escape for Erickson. Under 30 seconds left here in the period. And it looks like Erickson's going to be able to see the second period. Wasn't sure that was going to happen just about 45 seconds ago, but Erickson's going to be able to reset mentally. But he's not going to get the escape before the period ends, so the first period will end with Erickson trailing 5-0 to Marshfield's Hoyt Blaskowski. Again, our meet score, Wisconsin Rapids 18, Marshfield 6. Both teams trading forfeits at 113 and 120 before Preston Spray with the pin over Jesse Cliver. And then Josh Black pinning Alex Westland. So 18-6 Wisconsin Rapids. But Marshfield in good shape here to get their first non-forfeit points of the meet as Blaskowski going to turn over Erickson. And 2 more points for Blaskowski. Well, I thought they gave him 2. It looked like he held up 2, but our scoreboard here hasn't changed. We'll see if they correct that after this matchup is done. So there we go. Erickson finally able to gain an escape. So 5-1. I believe it's 7-1, but they've got 5-1 here on the scoreboard in the gym. We'll keep it with them. There's now we are at 7 for sure. And Blaskowski, really good. Having a really good outing here is the sophomore. Now 9-1. And I believe they just gave him 3. Yep, they did give him 3 on that shoulder on Erickson, so 12-1. We'll see if it's really 14-1. But either way, Hoyt Blaskowski, 12-1 here in the second. Again, I was talking about some of those rules changes. There's no handshake before the match, yet the wrestlers are all over each other in the match. I don't know how you reason that one. I've been pretty patient with a lot of these changes, and I give 2 points there to Erickson. Nice move on Blaskowski. But we will go to the third period, but yeah, no handshake before, but nothing but touching after that. So I guess some of the things I've been pretty patient with a lot of these rules, and that one though escapes me. That one beyond my comprehension. And then after the match, the official does not raise the hand of the winner. All right, whatever. I can move past that one. Coach C is coming over here, and I think he's going to look for those missing 2 points. I think it's 16-3, but Coach C is coming over to the scorers table, and we'll see what they get figured out there. I mentioned that earlier. So no handshake before the match. The official does not lift the arm of the winner. And then the masks. They treat the masks like headgear while the wrestling action is happening. And so if either the mask or the headgear changes position, slides down in the neck, whatever. So 14-3, all right. And it looks like we've got blood timeout for Blaskowski. So we'll take a quick commercial break, and I'll tell you about that part. It has to do with the masks when we come back to the Bose & Company Fieldhouse right after this. Bauer & Fine Business Technologies is your complete office technology solution. For 60 years, Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been serving school districts, municipalities, counties, religious organizations, and businesses in Wisconsin and beyond. Visit b-bt.com and let Bauer & Fine Business Technologies be your complete office technology solution. That's b-bt.com. All right, back here for the start of the third period, and we'll pick up that conversation as Blaskowski leads Marshfield's Hoyt Blaskowski leads Wisconsin Rapids' Lucas Erickson 14-3 as they start the third. So if the mask loses position, the wrestling continues, the same as the headgear. It's treated just the same as headgear. What's interesting there was, so we had the blood timeout only in between periods for Erickson. They got him solved. With the masks on, you can't see the blood, and depending on what color that mask is, and that'll do it right there. 30 seconds into the third, Blaskowski overcomes Wisconsin Rapids' Lucas Erickson. So 4 minutes, 30 seconds for Blaskowski. So depending on the color of that mask and the thickness of it, I guess, you wouldn't necessarily know that you had blood. The wrestler knows, probably. But you wouldn't know it as the official or as the coach until the period was done, and perhaps that person would come over and say, "Hey, coach, I'm bleeding. We're going to take a blood time out here." So Ryan Searing will go for Rapids at 1:45. And for Marshfield, the mystery is done. It'll be Gabe Pugh, senior. So senior Ryan Searing for Wisconsin Rapids, senior Gabe Pugh for Marshfield. But yeah, should you need a blood timeout, I guess you'd have to tell the official you needed one. But that can be tough to get words out sometimes. So the official not able to see through the mask. And the blood timeout will probably happen like we just saw it there, come between periods. And then you'll just fill up your mask with blood. 2 points early for Pugh. So Marshfield's Gabe Pugh, 2-0. It's 18-12 Wisconsin Rapids in the meet. This is season opener for both teams. And to my understanding, it's Wisconsin Valley meets only through the season for all Wisconsin Valley teams. And the escape will get 1 point for Searing. Found out last night, school district in Neillsville allows their choir to hum. No singing, you just hum. New rules for choir over in Neillsville. And Pugh has got Searing in trouble here. He's got the left leg bent back, and Searing in big trouble here in period 1, 20 seconds or so remaining here in the period. And a couple of points added for Pugh. As we finish out the period, he'll end the period here 7-1, it so appears. Searing looked for that 1 point escape, not able to get it, so the first period ends. Pugh with a big advantage over Searing, 7-1. So there was some conversation with some folks on the way in. Some of them new to wrestling they were finding out some of these rules, like the no touching, the no handshake before, but yet you're all over each other during the action, and finding it hard to comprehend these things. And one of them kind of turned to me and asked my opinion, like I'm supposed to have an opinion on everything. What I told them was I had asked a lot of questions about all these things going on in the world from April until about the middle of June, and then I just stopped. It's like some of these things just defy any previously known knowledge in the human race, so we just skip it. So now the Neillsville choir not allowed to sing, they just hum, and wrestling not allowed to shake hands ahead of time, but lay on top of each other during. 10-1 Pugh. in the note, the official not holding up the wrestler's hand afterwards. You know what? I mean, that does make sense if you're trying to limit contact. There's really no reason for the official to touch any of the wrestlers. So why have that person touch the wrestler at the end of the match? Take away that touching. Okay. I mean, you can rationalize that one. So Pugh continues to work on Searing here. Two seniors, Gabe Pugh for Marshfield, Ryan Searing for Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln. Again, one of 3 Valley meets going on right now across the area. DC Everest is at Wausau, and Merrill is at Wausau West. Again, it'll be 10 a.m. starts December 12th and December 19th, and probably December 29th. Now, those are to be determined at this point. And I'll get into some of the reasoning here in between periods, as Pugh not able to find a whole lot of room on Searing here in the period. So 10-1 remains our score. And part of the reason for the 10 a.m. starts, especially on a day like today where Marshfield is hosting 3 events, you want to keep as many people out of the gym as possible, so you don't want any conflicts there. So you may have in years past been able to shuffle out the wrestling crowd and shuffle in the basketball crowd close to the same time. You're rolling up mats while the JV crowd is filtering in, and that's just not allowed this year. So you got to space the times out. So 10 a.m. But not that unusual in wrestling. A lot of morning starts, especially on some of those early season quads and so forth. A lot of those early starts. Plus, you get that early start. You don't have to wait all day to eat. You get weighed in. They were weighing in around 9:15. You get to eat then. You get to eat breakfast. Nothing like having to 12-2, by the way, Pugh over Searing. There's nothing like having to restrict your intake and wait for weigh-ins until 6:30. That's a long day, measuring your food and weighing yourself during the day after you eat and all that other kind of stuff. Now you wake up, you come in, you weigh in at 9:15, and you eat yourself a nice breakfast. That's what most of the kids were doing here this morning. And Erickson will push Pugh out. And get a couple points on the effort. So 16-5. Pugh comfortably ahead of Erickson here in the second. As we've got 25 or so seconds left here in the second period. Pugh looked like he might have been able to end this back in the first. A nice job for Ryan Searing, able to stick with it here. Both, again, experienced wrestlers, both in their senior seasons. We were with Marshfield, I believe, over in Stratford last year. Pugh picked up his 100th match win of his career over in Stratford last year. We will see the third period here. Oh, that was the third. My apologies. I lost track there somewhere, Bergie. But Pugh wins by decision in the third. Doing too much talking about the rules. So, Gabe Pugh with the win, and we move now to 152. And it'll be Brett Bach for Wisconsin Rapids at 152. And Brett Franklin will wrestle up at 152. He's slotted in the 138 spot. So he's wrestling up a couple to at 152. We'll see the sophomore Brett Franklin Marshfield in white, the freshman Brett Bach in red for Wisconsin Rapids. And again, it is Wisconsin Rapids 18, Marshfield 16 in the meet. So the Tigers have closed things. They did get a Tech fall from Blaskowski at 138. Pugh with the decision in the third at 145. And our official will bring both wrestlers back to the middle, whistle them back in. No score here. We're 50 seconds into the first period here in this 152-pound match. And wrestlers go out, and we will restart again. And we wrestle here at 152 pounds, Wisconsin Rapids freshman Brett Bach in red, and Marshfield sophomore Brett Franklin in white. Franklin looking to get back to his feet here. And again, we will bring the wrestlers back to their feet. Still no score here in the first period at this 152-pound matchup. Bach's done a nice job here of leveraging against Franklin. Franklin, a good enough job as well. And wrestlers go out one more time. 5 seconds left in the period. Likely to leave the period scoreless here at 152 pounds. And we will leave it scoreless at 152. Franklin's going to take a moment there to catch his breath as the time had expired. As he was taken down there after the time had expired. May have just got the wind knocked out of him there a bit, so he's going to walk that off, does Marshfield's Brett Franklin. So to start the second, Bach will start down. Well, and we may have blood timeout here for, we do. So blood timeout, we'll take a commercial break here and be back to Marshfield in just a moment.
Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, has been a Central Wisconsin resident her entire life. That means she has the inside edge on knowing the landscape and what it takes to care for your real estate needs. Whether you're buying or selling, Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, is your friend and neighbor, ready to help.
I'm Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, with experience in residential and commercial real estate. Let's work together as a team for a win in your next real estate transaction.
All right, back here to Marshfield. As I was talking about a little bit ago, with the masks now in wrestling, you can't see the blood, especially if it's a darker colored mask or if it's maybe a little thicker than I don't know, I guess a disposable cloth, or not a cloth, like a paper disposable mask. You can probably see that a little better, but we've had it twice now where we've not discovered the blood until between periods, and so blood timeout continues for Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln's Brett Bach. Again, telling you we've got 3 Marshfield Tigers events today. Zaleski Sports is the official broadcast partner of Marshfield Tiger High School Athletics. We're here for wrestling now, back for girls basketball, 3:30 JV, 5 o'clock varsity. Marshfield takes on Hudson. And then 6 p.m. hockey, Marshfield and Northland Pines. Pines have another good year this year, although they were just down by Rhinelander on Thursday. But Pines, a perennial quality hockey outfit. And we continue where we left off in the first. We are scoreless here, halfway through now the second period, although Franklin's got a little something working here on Bach. And yet again, the wrestlers will go out of bounds and be brought back to the center of the mat. This has been a reoccurring theme here in this one. And we are still scoreless. We're 3 minutes in on the match. And again, quickly, Franklin takes his shot, but not able to find the scoreboard yet. And there we do. We get our first points, and then the whistle blows as headgear, mask, laying on the headgear and mask of Bach comes off, and Bach again is going to head over to the wastebasket for a blood timeout. So one more time, Bergie. We'll take a timeout here from Marshfield, and we'll hear from Hewitt's Meat and back for more wrestling.
Jason Zaleski here to tell you that Hewitt's Meat has you covered with simple, easy, and free home delivery. Residents of North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, and Wisconsin get free. That's right, free delivery on every order from Hewitt'sMeats.com. Choose from bratwurst, wieners, bacon, jerky, sausage, cheeses, ham, snack sticks, gift boxes, and even the popular grillers. With over 50 flavors of bratwurst, Hewitt's Meat with free delivery will please your entire family. Visit the store in Tomahawk, Marshfield, or Hewitt's Meat on Facebook today.
All right, blood timeout is just getting wrapped up here for Brett Bach. So again, with those masks on, it's tough to see that. And then after the headgear and mask came flying off of the face of Brett Bach, the blood was discovered again. You know, something like that can kind of change things a little bit. If you may have a good thing going. You may have your opponent in a real tough spot. And under normal circumstances, that blood would be coming out and the whistle be blown and that advantage would be taken away. Now, with that blood being concealed, perhaps something different could happen out of that, and you may be able to perhaps come away with a win. So we'll move on to the third period here, and Bach with a slim 2-0 lead over Marshfield's Franklin. So back to the feet they come. And Wisconsin Rapids clings to a 18-16 meet lead. And here at 152 pounds, Bach with a slim 2-0 lead over Marshfield's Brett Franklin until I say that, and 2 more points for Bach, so now 4-0. Again, 2 younger wrestlers here. Bach, a freshman for Wisconsin Rapids, as Brett Franklin, the sophomore, gets 1 for the escape, so 4-1 now. But Franklin had looked in moments during the first and second period like he might be able to rack up some points, but that had just not materialized, and credit given to the freshman Bach for Wisconsin Rapids. Bach again picks up 2 more, give the escape, and 1 point to Franklin, and the wrestlers again off the mat. Nice move there by Bach, but does get the 2. And as the final seconds begin to come off the clock here in this third period, and a takedown came off the mat here, and it looked like perhaps it might have been the upper half of the body there for Franklin taking the worst of it. So we'll take a timeout as they tend to Mr. Franklin and be back here to Marshfield in just a moment.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken of Marshfield has been voted best pizza in Marshfield 12 years in a row. With popular choices like broccoli, bacon, cheese, drunken chicken, or any of the 25 specialty pizzas, Scotty's is ready to earn your vote now at 715-384-8118. Choose Scotty's for pizza, chicken, subs, sandwiches, and more. Carry out, dine-in, and delivery. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715-384-8118.
From first contact at Dental Clinic of Marshfield, their dentists are committed to your individual attention and strive to provide personalized oral health care. They work hard to create the ultimate stress-free and comfortable dental experience. It is their mission to educate and provide the patients with the best dental care in central Wisconsin. Whether you're looking for information on implants, teeth whitening, crowns, orthodontics, dentures, or any dental service, Dental Clinic of Marshfield has it for you. You can book your appointment online at dentalclinicofmarshfield.com or give them a call at one of their 3 locations in Marshfield, Stratford, or Neillsville today.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken of Marshfield has been voted best pizza in Marshfield 12. Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium company-paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
All right, as we come back here to Marshfield, we will give you good news. Brett Franklin able to walk off the mat under his own power. And just a recap there, as both wrestlers were going off the mat, action was occurring, and Brett Bach already was making his move, and as the whistle blew as the wrestlers were coming off the mat, it was Bach taking down Franklin, and Franklin just looked like he landed awkwardly on his shoulder, maybe his head, but again, good news, Brett Franklin able to get up and walk off the mat under his own power, and they continue to talk now. There's only 16 seconds left in the period, 10-3, and I believe they will give the decision here to the freshman for Wisconsin Rapids, Brett Bach. He leads by 7 with just 16 seconds left in the match anyway, so I don't imagine there would be much consideration beyond that. But we'll see. We'll see what they ultimately decide here. But the conversation still surrounds, and the official tells Brett to go back to his side while the trainer, and we can give you that view here. There's not much going on here, just the trainer, Paige over there, working with Brett Franklin, and just making sure that he's suitable to stay here under his own power today. But Paige does great work. Usually we don't show you the injuries, but again, Brett's up walking around. Paige will do the whole body assessment here, and just to determine that Brett doesn't need any attention or any help leaving the gym today. As check left side, check right side, make sure the check engine light isn't on anymore. And it looks like Brett's going to be good to leave the gym on his own. I'm surprised though that they're going to have Brett come out and continue. Just 16 seconds left, but Brett says he's okay, so we'll wrestle the final 16 seconds. Couple of points here at the end for Brett Bach. And Bach will take the decision 12-4. So Bach with the decision at 12-4 and a 22-16 match lead now for Wisconsin Rapids. And we'll move now to 160 pounds. I believe we've got Damian Bennett for Wisconsin Rapids. Yep, yeah, that's why we wait. Trent Rattle for Wisconsin Rapids. And Ryan Dolezal is going to wrestle up from 152 here at 160 pounds for Marshfield. So Dolezal, a junior, Rattle, a freshman for Wisconsin Rapids. And Dolezal, quick shot there, gets the first 2 points of the match. Again, pretty good crowd out there watching. We thank each and every one of you for watching, most likely from Wisconsin Rapids, as no visiting fan attendance allowed in Wisconsin Valley sporting events here in the 2020-2021 winter season, or I could just call it winter sports. So no visiting fans allowed, so we bring you this one just to help out the folks from Wisconsin Rapids who aren't able to be here. And, of course, Zaleski Sports is the official broadcast partner of Marshfield High School Athletics. So we bring these broadcasts, every home event here in the winter sports season, broadcast right here at Zaleski Sports. And that means that we've got girls basketball, JV at 3:30, varsity at 5 today, right here in the field house. And then from the Marshfield Fairgrounds, it's Marshfield and Northland Pines hockey. The puck drops at 6. So 3 Marshfield events in total today, and it's a 10-3 Dolezal quick advantage over Rattle from Wisconsin Rapids. So pretty good crowd. We still got 6 weight classes to go. So if you haven't seen your wrestler yet and you know somebody who wants to, just tell them how you found us. Give them a text message, a phone call, a snap face, a twit book. Jason Zaleski alongside Brandon Berg. Bergie shakes me off on that one. Just let them know how you're watching, and they can watch right along with us and enjoy high school sports here on Zaleski Sports. The countdown had started there momentarily as Rattle is being put in a tough spot here by the junior Ryan Dolezal from Marshfield. And Dolezal trying to end it here, 4 seconds left in the period. And nice job by the freshman Trent Rattle. He's going to extend this match into period number 2. And he will start in a 13-3 hole. And Dolezal with a 10-point advantage as we will begin period number 2 here at 160 pounds. And give the escape to Rattle. I think Dolezal was happy to have that happen. Dolezal looks like he believes he's got Trent Rattle figured out, and may have him figured out exactly right here and right now. And he does. So 1:28 left on the period clock. It'll be 2 minutes, 32 seconds for Ryan Dolezal, and he's got the pin over Trent Rattle. So Ryan Dolezal gives Marshfield 6 points, and we are tied in the meet at 22 all. So we'll go now at 170. And Garrett Wilwhite will win by forfeit at 170. And now we'll look at 182 pounds. So Ashton Fisher for Wisconsin Rapids. And Cameron Denny for Marshfield. So the freshman Ashton Fisher in red for Wisconsin Rapids. The junior Cameron Denny for Marshfield in the white and orange. These two will wrestle here in the 182-pound class. Marshfield takes off the forfeit at 170. They do take the meet lead, 28-22. And these two will get whistled off the mat. So halfway through the first period, we still have no score here at 182 pounds. Ashton Fisher for Wisconsin Rapids and Cameron Denny for Marshfield. And there we go, nice. And 2 points for Denny, and Denny wants to keep Fisher keep himself on the mat, and they go off here as Denny with the nice shot does pick up 3 more, so 5-0, and Denny wanted to keep Fisher and himself on that mat. He thought he might have been able to end it right there, but they will start again from the middle. And this one may yet end in the first as our officials scrambling, looking for shoulders, and Denny has got Fisher and has him done there. 1 minute 35 seconds for Marshfield's Cameron Denny. Again, Denny thought he was going to have that pin earlier, but on the takedown, he had Fisher off the mat, and then on the restart, able to get that pin. So Grayson Reimer at 195 will win by forfeit. We'll see what happens here at the 220. I don't see a Rapids wrestler at the table at 220. So Cody Wykes will get the forfeit. So they trade forfeits at 195 and 220. And with just 2 weight classes left, Marshfield in a good spot here to win this meet. They show 40-28 Marshfield on the scoreboard in the meet, and at 285, does not appear Wisconsin Rapids. Well, hold on. Yep, we do get one off the bench. It looked for a minute there at 285. That may be another forfeit to the credit of Marshfield, but Wisconsin Rapids. So Benton Reish comes off the bench for Rapids. And James Clements for Marshfield. Reish may have just been getting his headgear figured out. I don't want to make it seem like it was that dramatic, but for a minute there, it looked like Rapids didn't have a 285, but they do get the freshman Benton Reish and the freshman James Clements. So 2 freshmen here. Reish for Wisconsin Rapids in the red, Clements for Marshfield, white and black, and we'll have a couple points right off the bat for Clements. As 285 pounds, the big guys going at it. And we'll see what we get at 106. It's always fun. As I'll save that conversation here for just a minute, as Reish here in a bit of trouble. Clements has got the head locked up. Now he reaches over, trying to end it, and he does. 1 minute, 5 seconds for James Clements. And that likely brings the meet conclusion into no further doubt as Marshfield will open the 2020-21 Winter Sports Wrestling season with a Valley Conference meet win here at home over Wisconsin Rapids. We do have the 106 coming up next, but Marshfield leads 46-28 in the meet. But it's always fun. I was just getting into that a minute ago. When you go from 285 to 106, totally different styles on the mat. So Matt Searing for Wisconsin Rapids and Jace Kellenhofer for Marshfield. So, again, both freshmen here, but you see not only the size discrepancy, but just the style. There's no more rumbling and bumbling and all that around. I mean, these guys, the lightweights fly around the wrestling mat. Fun to watch. And both styles are fun. It just depends what you're looking for. And 2 points for Marshfield's Jace Kellenhofer. And we got a timeout here. Bring the wrestlers back up to the top, or back to the middle, I should say. The big difference between the 285 and the 106, Bergie, is that 106, both wrestlers fit in that middle circle. That's what you notice the most. It's Kellenhofer looking for a solution here, looking to solve Wisconsin Rapids. Matt Searing, and he does. 133 is what it takes for Jace Kellenhofer. And an impressive showing for Marshfield here to open the 2020-2021 winter sports season. They will take the match over Wisconsin Rapids 52-28. And a furious finish for Marshfield. Aside from forfeits, they win everything from 160 all the way through. It is Ryan Dolezal with the tech fall, 232 at the 160. Cameron Denis, 135, tech fall at 182. James Clements, 105, tech fall at the 285. And then 106, Jace Kellenhofer with the tech fall at 1 minute 33 seconds. So the Marshfield wrestlers really finish strong here, and they finish the varsity meet, and they will put a 1 in the win column here today, 52-28. We're going to attempt to keep the cameras live here as JV action will go. We will not announce any of the JV, but we're going to kind of attempt some of our new technology here for the next half hour to 45 minutes. So we'll keep the broadcast up and running. We'll just real quick say hi to our friends over at Nasonville Dairy. We'll play give Nasonville Dairy their post game show, and then back for some JV wrestling in just a moment.
Well, the Grow Wisconsin Dairy Processing Grant is for really any dairy, or up to $50,000 you can get for like improvements, help with like food safety aspects. It's actually you have to pay part of the service that you're getting, so you have to pay 20% of it. So we were actually granted $6,150. And so that's the 80%. So our project is at a little over $7,000. So that's showing them that we're doing something with their milk. We're not just taking it, turning it into cheese, sending it in the store, sending the customer, like everyone else does. anything that we do in the plant with food safety is great for everyone. It's not just great for us. It's telling the customer that we make a good product. It's telling the farmer, our patrons, that we're doing good with their milk. And so that should really go to heart. That you're going to get a safe product coming out of here. It's cool to see that all the Hymens are they really like to see their name out in the community, but especially for anything with children's groups. They sponsor a bike raffle every year, and they actually go and give it to the kid in the schools. I know that's a huge thing every year. But yeah, it's really cool to see their name out there. Seeing them sponsor, we all got kids, we all were kids, so most likely something came out of here that we've done.
We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers cheese, pizza cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Letta, Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda, Edam, and a little bit of Munster on cake.